privacy, we welcome dissent. We welcome populism too. We have a problem also when populism impinges upon well-settled constitutional principles. And populism also becomes a problem when those who have been rejected in the popular mandate becomes the biggest flag bearers of populism. In our constitutional scheme, ladies and gentlemen, it's very clear that government must be left to those elected by people of India to govern. And obviously, they have to be accountable to the parliament, in many ways to judicial decisions, and also to the people after elections. But what is challenging is that now populism is seeking to have greater accountability as to what kind of judgment there should be. I'm a great supporter of social media, of freedom. I know it is empowering, but this is a dangerous trend. Judges must be left completely independent to give judgment as to what they think is the correct mode in accordance with the rule of law. But this sinister trend of late developing globally is also in our country, that some people start campaigning as to what kind of judgment they expect. And the judgment is not in accord with that, then unleashing all the forces of criticism. Criticizing the judiciary, I always appreciate of the judgment. But some kind of norm has to be maintained if our rule of law has to acquire continued resonance. Privacy, as Mrs. Ramana just stated, has been held to be a fundamental right, and we appreciate that. Supreme Court judgment has become a beacon globally, wonderful judgment being talked about. We're very proud. The right to privacy flows from Article 21, the right to life and the right to live with dignity. And our courts have also stated that terrorists and corrupt have no right to privacy, because the right to privacy has acquired critical proportion in the wake of digital landscape expanding globally. This is the age of information, information is power. This is the age of communication, communication is power. And we in India, ladies and gentlemen, to my foreign delegates, I want to give one statistics. India's population 1.3 billion, mobile phone 1.21 billion, and the digital identity card Aadhaar to supplement your physical identity 1.25 billion. So we Indians only talk in billions, but obviously it is giving rise to a lot of data. Data is important. We need to have a proper balance, and the balance is we accord constitutional sanction to the right of privacy, but we should not kill innovation. We should not kill application of new technology. Our courts have recognized that exception. India today has become the third biggest startup ecosystem in the world. And Mr. Venugopal was talking about the challenges of poverty. How we are tackling technology to alleviate poverty. I want to give you only one number. Under the leadership of the Prime Minister, we are sending welfare measures directly to the bank account of the poor, so that there is no leakage. We opened 370 million bank account of the poor. And in 429 government welfare schemes, we have sent 129 billion US dollars, 9.22 lakh crore in the last 5 years, directly to the bank account. And how much we have saved? 1.70 lakh crore, 23.8 billion US dollar, which used to be pocketed by middlemen and fictitious claimants. And the third number is all the more hilarious. We have removed 8 crore, 80 million fake beneficiaries. Therefore, digital ecosystem also empowers. but we have to respect the privacy. And most important, terrorists should not abuse this system. Mr. Justice Ramana rightly pointed out. Why? Internet is one of the finest creations of human mind. This should not be abused by few. And we need to acknowledge that some of the biggest terrorist threats have also emanated by those who have abused this great invention of human mind. I think that kind of balance has to be there. Therefore, from gender justice to the issue of privacy to the issue of populism, these are challenges. I don't want to further deliberate as to how we are meeting these challenges by changes of law, by trying to make India a big hub of arbitration, by promoting commercial court movement for trade, addressing the good sense of ease of doing business, and also promoting alternative legal address mechanism by Lok Adalat. Those are well known, we'll talk about it. But what we are very proud of, that we trust our democratic values, we trust our judiciary, and we trust the common instinct of ordinary Indians to select the leaders they want them to govern. When we take all these into account, we have to have a balance. The rights and the duties, the identity and the obligation. And most important is speak your mind. Be critical. Ask questions. But it all should work in a manner that the identity of India as a country continues to remain strong and resurgent. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for global challenges for institutions, judiciary, and state. Questions are being asked. How do we seek resolution? That remains an important question. The meeting of some of the finest minds of the world today in this conference, I wish to congratulate the Chief Justice, will surely find an answer.